getting ready for a peer meeting later this afternoon. And I'll just go through a brief summary of what I read. This lady was experiencing this, I guess, epiphany as she was making some cornbread. And she said she was making the cornbread. She cracked these 2 eggs and she heard, "Now I can use you." And she explains, you see, an egg can't be used until it's broken. She said she immediately found joy in the breaking. She says, not everyone will understand this, but to those who do, be encouraged. Yes, you are at your breaking point. Yes, you are broken, but that's okay because you're ready to be used. And that didn't sit right with me. As I was your coach, you know good and daggone well that is not something I subscribe to. We're all broken. That's how the light gets inside. I don't subscribe to that. It just doesn't make sense to me. And it's situations like this that kind of just resonates with me even further, because the scenario she used with the cornbread, I just saw the eggs being whipped and stretched, and yeah, that's what people do to use you. They will stretch you out of order. They will whip you into shape for them. And then it got me to thinking, like, well, who the hell is using me? You're like, yeah, I'm ready to be used, but by who and why? And when you're being stretched and pulled, and you don't have time to figure that part out. You just don't. Which is why I say to myself, even back then, because I actually believed that. I actually was like, it's a great sentiment, and I get her sentiment. I truly understand the intention behind her sentiment, but it just actually, for me, just kind of compound the fact that, no, we're not broken. We don't need to be broken. It is not safe to be broken, because you are not in a place where you are able to collect information so that you can get out of these situations. Rather than that, you need alignment. And I'm very, very intentional about that. I'm very intentional who I spend time with. I'm very intentional how I share my energy. I also have had many moments where I've had to check myself in the moment, because I'm ready to go up. I'm human. You know, I'm a little firecracker. I have no problem with admitting to that. But in knowing that, I know that I do not like how that feels. So I do not allow myself to pop off. I do not allow myself in situations where it's easy for me to at somebody, because I don't like how that feels at the end of the day. But if I allow myself to be, stretched, if I allow myself to be broken, it doesn't work that way. I don't have the time to figure out, what is going on with me that's allowed me that. But when I'm in alignment, you could say some crazy mess to me, and I can give you the head nod and keep it pushing, because I'm in alignment. My head is clear. I'm not broken. I'm not frazzled. I'm not this way. I'm not that way. I'm not being stretched and pulled and whipped and beaten. Them days is done. And that's why it's empowering to be in alignment. Like, no, you don't. People will say whatever they want to say. People going to do whatever they want to do. But when you are in alignment, you are in control. You are ready to receive information. You are ready to, shore up and stand up and walk away. You are ready to chuck them deuces, or the middle finger, if you mean. Just keeping it a buck. But, with that being said, that just really resonated with me. Like, folk is really finding it okay to be broken. And those are probably the same people who be like, one of my favorites is, I know I'm this, I know I'm that way. Okay, well, what are you going to do about it to make you better? It ain't for nobody else. It's for you. It's for you to be able to say, you know what? Yeah, well, yeah. I know who I am, but at the end of the day, I want to be better. I want to be a better version of me, so that I have all the peace that's coming to me, because that's all that really matters. You can have all the money in the world, but guess what? Everybody gonna show up at your door disrupting your peace. But if you have all the money in the world and you have peace, you have the ability to say, and not have any qualms about it, not feel any way about it. Okay, David? Trust. You know, alignment, not broken. Like, we're all broken. That's how the light gets in. Nah, that's where darkness lays. Darkness lays in the brokenness. But alignment allows you to connect to your light source, however you defined it. You know, so that just really sat heavy with me. And I know I was supposed to have done this a couple of weeks ago, I think it was, but I've been going through some personal ish, and I just wanted to be in alignment. But here it is, and I just couldn't run away from it. So I gotta get going. I got some stuff I gotta get going and do. I just wanted to just drop this here, and I appreciate you. Thank you for listening, and I really hope this resonates with you. Go find your alignment. You're not broken. You never have been. You never will be. You're out of alignment. Go find your alignment.